Welcome back to 18 News. Time once again for our weekly visit to the Dubois County Humane Society, and our guest today is Linda Davis. And Linda, today we have Maverick and Annie. And first of all, Maverick I'm going to talk about a little bit, and then I'll let you kind of break down Annie a little bit yourself. But Maverick is a Beagle mix. He's about, looks like, according to the card here, 8 years old, so he is an older dog with a lot of love to give, though. He's gentle and caring, and, you know, actually he came to the Humane Society as a stray. Well, unfortunately covered with ticks and infections in both his eye and paw, but he has since recovered and is patiently waiting for his forever home.
That's right. You know, we get people that come in and they don't want a puppy. They don't want to go through all that. They want a dog that's older, more relaxed, way past the chewing stage. And let me tell you, they'd be doing a wonderful good deed for society if they would adopt Maverick. As you said, Maverick is not a young dog, but I'll tell you what, he's a good-looking dog, and he has, we have, as you said, recovered him to good health. So somebody would be getting a wonderful, healthy, adorable beagle with the best personality. Plus, they would be doing such a good deed because this dog suffered enough. As you said, it came in with ticks and fleas. When we put this dog down on the cement floor, the ticks fell off and ran all over the place. That's how covered it was. Also, the infections in both eyes. One eye looks like it has the beginning of a cataract, but I think that's about as good as it's going to get because they were both eyes were so infected. And this is just an example of how a dog cannot take care of itself. Dogs are not wild animals anymore. Maybe a fox is wild, maybe a wolf is wild, but not a dog. Coyote. We have bred these, coyotes are wild. We've bred these dogs to the point where they are dependent on us. So Maverick needs a good home. We need to turn his life around, and the rest of his life should be pure pleasure with someone that loves him. And no matter what he's been through, it hasn't affected him, his personality at all. He is the most loving dog, gets along with cats, other dogs, as you can see. He gets along with children, and all he wants is a loving, cozy home.
Okay, and speaking of another great dog that we have is Annie here. Annie, I don't have a lot of information on her exactly, but I believe you do. Annie was also, I believe, a stray found in the Huntingburg area and actually has a slight handicap.
That's correct. Annie, I know you mentioned Orphan Annie, and that's for sure because this was a stray. It was running in the streets for a while with one of the puppy mill dogs that somehow got out of a person's house a while back. And this dog does have a handicap. It is a three-legged dog. As you can see, the fourth leg has not been amputated or anything. Either the dog was born this way or has sustained an injury in its past. But we did take it to the vet, and the veterinarian does feel it was born this way. But it did not have a home. It was so underweight. But now it's here at the Humane Society. It's been to the vet, and it is ready for adoption. You know, we always have a couple beagles here. And why is that? I don't know. Maybe beagles run away. At any rate, they are wonderful pets. I know people get them for hunting and so forth. That's up to the person. But they're also great pets. And I would like to see Maverick or Annie adopted out to a wonderful, loving home. As I said before, they both have great personalities. They get along with everything and everybody. So you couldn't find nicer dogs for yourself or for your family. Maverick and Annie.
And of course, with obviously obtaining a pet or having a pet comes the responsibility of taking care of that pet. And right now, as we are filming this on Monday, probably the hottest day up to this point of the summer already, and basically brings up the the thought of keeping your pets cool and so forth.
That's correct. As I said before, the pets are dependent on us, the dogs are dependent on us, and we've already had a call here at the Humane Society where somebody had their dog in a car at Rural King with the windows up. It was salivating and in terrible distress. What people don't realize is, of course a dog will die in a closed car, but before this happens, even if you rescue the dog at the last minute, the dog's already sustained brain damage. When dogs get that hot, their brains swell, and you're not going to have the same dog you used to have. Do not take your dog with you if you have to leave it in the car on hot days. How many times has the public been told don't leave living things in cars on a hot day. As you know, that it is the greenhouse effect, where the sun, the molecules have enough energy to go in the windows, through the windows, but they don't have enough left then to bounce back out. And so they just settle in there, and the car gets hotter and hotter, a great oven effect. And you are actually cooking any living thing that's in that car. I don't know how we can get it through people's heads. Do not leave dogs or children in cars with the windows shut. Even with the windows open, it can get pretty bad. The good idea is just don't bring them with you in the car if you have to leave the car, because it's going to have bad results. And so many people now are aware of it. I do believe it is happening less, and when people see it, they call the police. So keep that in mind, that you will be reported if a dog is seen in your car. Now, you might think your dog is going to get lonesome not coming with you in the car, but let me tell you, brain damage is worse than lonesome. So let's make some good decisions. If you have to leave your dog at home and you're worried about your dog's behavior at home, it's wonderful to have your dog in the house in air conditioning or in your garage with a super duper fan. And if you have to leave and you're worried about its behavior, you can put it in a crate with air conditioning. You can tie it to something temporarily with a fan on it. There's many ways that would be better for the dog than inside the car. I know my brother had a dog that if he left for some errands, he would tie it to the kitchen table because it would get in such trouble. And the kitchen table was a tile floor, and he gave it enough leash that, it could look around, look out the window until he got back and took it off the leash. I used the crate. So those are some ideas for you. But starting today, we need to make people aware that dogs cannot stand the heat any better, or maybe worse, than people.
This is only the beginning as far as the weather's concerned. So some helpful hints, obviously, to protect your animals during these hot summer months now and next couple of months or so here this summer. But anyway, great information. So, and of course, the information on Maverick and Annie is available by checking out the website at DuboisCountyHumane.org or PetFinder.com. You can also find out information on them and all the fine animals available here at Humane Society, available for adoption on their Facebook page, as well as, of course, these videos are going to be available on there and on our website at WJTS.tv. So thanks a lot for joining us today, of course, Linda, and thanks a lot to bringing us Annie and Maverick.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for watching Weather is Next.